Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, it is so rocking to be with you guys. You guys are the best. Well, I tell you, here it is. It's Tuesday, and that means time for messages from the spirit world. But before we get into all that today, I want to just give a big shout out and say thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. We had horoscopes, and if you didn't see that, definitely check that out. I gave a psychic snapshot overview for the week of everything that's going on astrologically, and I gave individual horoscopes for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So everybody watches that video, you will get a little reading. And you know, it's a wonderful way if you're waiting, especially for either a private reading or messages from the spirit world reading, to, you know, get a little psychic help, okay? So it's free. Definitely check it out. You know, I always like to say it's good to know what's going on in the stars. That's right. Well, speaking of stars, you know, today I'm actually wearing my silver pentacle. This has got a moonstone in it. Isn't that beautiful? My silver moonstone. And you know, for those of you who are doing psychic development, silver and moonstone is a great combination to enhance your psychic abilities. So I'm wearing this today to enhance my psychic power. And I hope that you guys, you know, if you're working on that, we'll explore working with silver and moonstone. Wonderful combination. By the way, speaking of the stars, you know, yesterday I was out shopping and I showed you my big grapevine star that I got. Well, I had another star that I also bought that day, which I didn't have out of it was still in a box, so I didn't bring it out. But I wanted to show it to you today. Check out this. This is another one of the wonderful stars that I got. Isn't that cool? A giant sparkly gold star. I think this is a lot of fun. And I'm just working on setting up a place to display it. But I can tell you it's going to get a great setup in my house. And in the coming weeks, we're going to talk about working with the pentacle. You know, it's a sacred Wiccan symbol. Pentagrams, pentacles. And we're going to talk about that and setting up altars with these images. So definitely keep watching. So we'll have more on that. But I had to come and show you this amazing, beautiful, glittery star. I love it. It's really quite large, too. Yay! Well, here we are. Well, it's time here to get into messages from the spirit world. And, you know, before we get into this, let me just preface this by saying, you know, thank you for all the letters that you write. And for the new people, this is something we do every week. I gather letters every Tuesday and I answer psychic questions for people that write in, and I also do little mini psychic readings. And if you've, you know, please understand I get hundreds of letters, and if you've been waiting to hear from me, please understand I'm just one person. I'm doing the best I can. So if you don't hear from me right away, please don't be offended. I'm just a little overwhelmed. I'm actually going to try to hire somebody in the new year to help sort the mail, okay? So, but I do thank you for being here. And, you know, I always say, you know, listen to all the messages because you never know when spirit will bring you a message through somebody else's letter. I've had so many people write and say, Psychic Bob, you were reading a letter or somebody else, but I swear the spirit spoke to me through it. So always be open to that because, you know, from the spirit side of things, they really want to help as many people as they can. So listen up carefully. Well, before we get here into the letters, let's just all take a moment. Let's center ourselves and let's attune to the spirit world. Okay. I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. He says hello to you. All right, our first letter today is from Amy Crafts. Hello, Amy Crafts. Amy's a longtime viewer here. Amy writes and she says, Hi, Bob. In a past reading, you saw my sister and I moving to a new home. Well, you were right. Oh, I'm so happy. I love it when my predictions come to pass. That makes me feel very nice to hear that. We found a place or are in the process of moving. I'm wondering if my family and spirit led us here, and do they have any messages for us? Blessings and hugs to you, Amy. Hello, Amy, darling. Well, let me tell you with an unequivocal yes, spirit led you there. Whenever we're at a place where we're doing a major life transition, the spirit world really has our best interests at heart. And for those of us who are attuned to the spirit world and allow their presence to work with us, they certainly will guide us. I feel that your move was a combination of a lot of spirit people around you. I'm getting like 3 different grandmothers here that I'm all here talking to me. One of them is on your mother's side. It's a great-grandmother on the mother's side. And then I feel there's another woman here, a great-grandmother on the father's side. And I believe there's another grandmother, possibly on the father's side. So I'm getting 3 grandmothers here in spirit around you. And they're literally each talking back and forth. I can hear them. They're like, yes, 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 we're in. So they're here. They're asking me to tell you, they said, we got them settled in and we're getting the house decor settled. I get the sense you and your sister are feeling things maybe going to be a little scattered here. And as you're moving and getting settled, I want you to call on your grandmothers in spirit, great-grandmothers and grandmothers, to help you, because they're definitely going to help you get things organized, okay? I also pick up the presence of 2 other angels here. One is Archangel Raphael, and the other is Archangel Michael. And I feel that each of them are coming in to kind of help you have peace in this transition and to provide protection. So to answer your question, absolutely the spirit people were guiding you. I also keep hearing, I'm getting another voice. This is your great-grandmother on your mom's side back here. She's the one that is kind of the ringleader of all this group. And she keeps talking. She said, oh, yes. She said, I'm getting them settled in. And she keeps unfolding quilts here in front of me. I don't know if you've got a quilt that she made or another grandmother made, but she's putting a quilt around you and your sister. And it's her way of saying she's with you, blessing you, and protecting you, okay? So you're definitely brought there by spirit. And make sure every day to stop and say thank you. You know, a lot of times we beg spirit for their help, and then when everything happens and we get what we want, sometimes we forget, and I'm guilty of it too, I have to admit, of saying thank you. So make sure to say thank you, and maybe set a candle for your spirit family, and a candle for your angels, and thank them for their presence, okay? I hope that helps. Thanks for writing. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from KK, herder of rabbits. KK says, Dear Bob, do you have any messages for me? I have a job interview on Thursday and would like some insight. Yeah. You know, KK, I have to tell you, when I step into your frequency here, I hear a voice speaking to me. It's a female. It's one of your spirit guides. Her name is Angie, is her name. And she says, tell her that Thursday is her day of power. It's her day of blessing, and we're guiding her. So you got help coming. It looks like there's an issue here around job promotion, new job opportunity. And I have to tell you, I feel like when you go into it, that it's going to be some other options that you weren't expecting. I feel like they may actually put here in front of you some other options. Say, well, you know, we want to give you this opportunity for promotion, but we also have this other thing. So be open to looking at a few different options. But I do feel like you're entering into a time here of great blessing and power. And your spirit guide, Angie, says, tell her to go for it. She's on the right path. So Angie will be guiding and blessing you. Okay? Keep me posted. Let me know what happens. Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Queen Nadine. That's a great name. Hello, Queen Nadine. Queen Nadine writes this. Hi, Bob. Can ascended masters be spirit guides? I'm trying to connect with my spirit guide, and I keep seeing ascended masters and the numbers 333 as well as 33. So I am wondering if this is connected. Also, I loved your collab with Kelly Coffee. Love and light to you, Bob. Nadine. Oh, Nadine, thank you so much. Well, you know, I have to tell you, Kelly Coffee, you know, for those of you who didn't see yesterday's program, thank you for bringing this up. The interview of me on Kelly Coffee Show, we had some technical problems. It got delayed in being released. It is now available on her channel. I'm going to put the link to that video below, so you can definitely go over to see Kelly Coffee and I in action. If you don't know who Kelly Coffee is, she's a wonderful, very famous psychic out of Dallas, Texas, and become a wonderful friend of mine. Kelly and I met through the channel panel, which was Rob Gauthier and Kalina Gauthier, who had us both on their show. And then we ended up meeting. So we became fast friends. And so definitely pop over and see Kelly Coffey's channel. Again, I'll put the link to that video in the info box below this video. Yay! Subscribe to Kelly, like it, favorite, you know, be part of her scene. She's wonderful. And Kelly and I, by the way, we're going to do more work together. So definitely keep watching. You'll see more from us, okay? Now, Nadine, to answer your questions, can Ascended Masters be spirit guides? Absolutely yes. Now, Ascended Masters generally guard entire segments of society, but within their work, there are certain people that they are drawn to guide and to bless and to help. So I do feel that you are making a connection with the Ascended Masters. I'm getting two masters around you. One is Master Kutumi, K-U-T-H-U-M-I, Kutumi. I want you to look him up. And I also get the Master, the Count of Saint Germain, sometimes just called Master, Ascended Master Saint Germain, but he's actually, the title is Count of Saint Germain. But he's around you as well. I'm getting both of them because they're both coming in to help you raise your vibration. Now, you know, you ask about these numbers, 333 and 33. Yes, absolutely. This is connected to their message to you. You're being shown those numbers because that's a sign that you're being called to work with high heavenly divine power. And the Ascended Masters will definitely connect you to a high vibration. You're at a point right now, I feel energetically, where it's like you're starting a whole new energy cycle. I feel like, you know, when I go back here over the last 5 years around you, this has been kind of turbulent, a lot of struggle. I think you're coming out of a long pattern of struggle, and this number 333 and 33, this is all signs of high power blessing you, protecting you, and setting you on a new path. So are they connected? Absolutely. And yes, the Ascended Masters can be your guide. So if somebody says, well, you think you're so important, you've got, you know, Master Kutumi or, you know, Master Count of Saint Germain working with you, and they'll accuse you of being arrogant. You just tell them no. Say, you know, I've been blessed, you know. And don't, you know, it's not because you're holier or worthier. It's because they have a heart of love for people, and they've chosen you. So just be blessed in that process, you know, and be open. Because, you know, I always find that once you connect to one or two Ascended Masters, they all start to work into your life. So you may get more images and more visions. I think that's wonderful, and I think you should just be thankful for it, okay? And let the Spirit work with you. Definitely. They keep showing me also January is a turning point for you. So I feel like, you know, you might want to actually even write the number 333 on like an index card and post it on your wall near your bed or on your mirror or throughout your home. And let that number, whenever you see it, remind you that you don't walk alone, that divine power works with you, okay? So I see good things for you, and I think the new year is really a time of new beginning for you, and it's going to be a lot more prosperity as well. Anyways, hope that answers your question. Thank you for writing. Blessings to you. Okay, our next letter is from Annalise Traficante. I hope I said that correctly. Annalise writes, she says, "Hi Bob, love your channel. I watch it every night before I go to sleep. I recently had a dream where I opened up a demonic portal by touching an image. The image was in the shape of a house, a square with a triangle on top, with an X inside of it. I woke up from the dream and experienced sleep paralysis and felt that there was something evil in my room. I asked for my guides and angels to be with me, and it did go away. I am so confused. Can you help me understand this experience?" Wow. Well, let me show you here. First of all, don't be afraid, okay? A lot of times when we're touching in on the spirit realm, it's like that, because that door is open, you know, the low entities get jealous of people making progress, and they try to disrupt. I'm going to draw here the symbol and walk you through it. And this will be good for other people. All y'all pay attention, because this is a very interesting sign here. Oops. I'm not the greatest of artists, guys, so bear with me. Let's see if you can see that. Okay. This sounds similar to what you're seeing. I hope this is like what you're describing. That's how I'm visualizing. Here's the square, here's the X, here's the triangle. You said like a house shape. What this is this house symbol represents your ascension process, okay? The four corners are the balancing of the earthly life, earth, air, fire, water. The triangle upward pointing like the roof represents your ascension into the higher realms. What this is that the lower entities know that you're about to ascend to a very high place spiritually. I feel like when I go back over all of this last year, 2017, you've really been seeking ascension. And what this is, first of all, don't pay attention to this symbol, because the spirit people put that into your dream to intimidate you. The X is trying to say, you're blocked, you're not ascending. But you see, it's not up to the lower entities whether or not you ascend. It's up to the higher spirit realm. So they're just scaring you. This really has no power, and it has no meaning ultimately for you. It's their trick of intimidation. You know what I say when you have an evil symbol like that? You just tear it up. In fact, you might want to draw that on a paper just like I did, and then say, I will not give in to fear. I will not give in to evil. I will grow and ascend with the Spirit's help, with God's help, with divine help. And then you just take that and you burn it or throw it away. Get rid of it. Okay, so that's what that means. It's just that it's whenever we're about to do a change, you know, there always is, I hate to say it, but it seems to be true, evil can sense when somebody's about to have a positive breakthrough. And the forces of darkness in the spirit world, and believe me, there are forces of darkness. I have to be honest. You know, there are some psychics who try to say, oh, there's nothing but good in the world. There's no evil. I'm sorry. I think that's really a misguided view. I'm not all love and light. I've worked on cases of exorcism. I've seen evil directly in front of me. I've encountered it. And I just tell you, it's real, you know. And until you counter real evil, you really won't understand that. But you know, Annalise, one of the things I'll tell you is when you encounter evil, as you did encounter evil, its only power is intimidation. Now, when you awoke from the dream and you're having sleep paralysis, this is one of the tricks that the evil spirits do. They will kind of paralyze you temporarily and appear in a ghastly form. I've had this actually myself. I had one time where I woke from a dream and there was literally a shrouded, hooded figure in black standing over me, and it was very menacing. And it was not a witch, like a guiding witch. You know, like, I don't think of black as necessarily evil color. I wear black. But there's a type of blackness that these beings wear that feels destructive. And this was an evil type of black figure. And so I've been there. And when you're in that thing, the best thing you should do is turn your mind to God, to the higher power, to your angels, to your guardian spirits, because evil will flee in the presence of light. Many times people report that they're literally paralyzed and they can't scream or yell. But one of the things, if you're in that state, you'll be aware of is that your mind is still active. So use the power of your mind. This is why I always say every day you want to practice meditation. So I want you also every day take 5 minutes, sit down, close your eyes, and visualize white light streaming from the top of your head all the way through your body. This will raise your vibration, and it will help repel evil. Do this before you go to bed at night as well. In fact, I do it a few times a day. Do it in the morning, do it in the afternoon, do it in the evening. Because, you see, our souls are made of pure light, and that light attunes to the divine light. So we're working with energies. And if this should happen again, that an evil entity appears in your room, your light will be so strong and you've practiced it so much, you'll be able to instantly repel it with that light, and I promise you it works and it's true. Okay. So anyways, I hope that helps a little bit, but draw that figure and tear it up or burn it, get rid of it, and release it, okay? Trust me, drawing that figure will not hurt you. That was a trick that they made. You take that, you turn it back on them. You're going to be awesome. Thanks for writing. Hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Kim Lackey. Hello, Kim. Kim says, Bob, I've heard that UFO motherships are sometimes disguised as clouds. What are your thoughts on this? You know what, Kim? Absolutely. One of the things that I am seeing in the UFO phenomena is that the UFOs are taking many, many various forms. So yes, clouds are a form. They can cloak themselves and literally transform their image into practically anything. The aliens that are visiting the Earth now, many of them are what we call multi-dimensional aliens. They've learned to transcend the physical reality. So they can literally cross galaxies in a snap of a finger, a blink of an eye. They can also fade in and fade out of our dimension and change their physical form. There are UFOs that are what we call biomorphic craft. They literally will look like a saucer and they'll dissolve into like an amoeba form, and then they'll take a form of a triangle. They'll shift literally in mid-flight. This tells me that the aliens have mastered the art of molecular manipulation and may have a degree of knowledge, or an advanced degree, I should say, of knowledge, in connecting the biotechnical aspect. I do believe that some of the UFOs, and I've actually heard this reported by ufologists, that the UFOs that some aliens travel in are literally biological entities. They're created by substance which is biological that can be manipulated and transformed more easier than, say, steel and bolts. So it's very interesting, and I think that for our science, you know, we would do very well to study all of these types of UFOs, because I think that our own technology will advance by leaps and miles if we start to realize that interface of the body, mind, and spirit. See, I think the aliens have figured out that the mind can alter physical reality. And in fact, this is even being shown because there's a wonderful book, and I can't remember the name, I'm blanking. It's about basically the change of water. And there was a scientist who basically said that if you look at a glass of water, get a glass of water, and you project love into the water, the molecular structure of the water changes to it strengthens the water molecules. If you look at the water and you speak words of hate and negativity, it weakens the molecular bonds. So there's really truth that our words can create or destroy. And so I think with the UFO phenomenon, when we're talking about, you know, can they be clouds? Absolutely. Because they figured out how to change at a very core level molecular structures. So yes, they can be clouds, to answer your question. But anyways, I think that, you know, we really want to do more exploration in the area of, you know, biological interface with technology. I think there's really something there, and it could be very, you know, great for the Earth if it's done in the right way. So, anyways, hope that answers your question. Thanks for writing. Oh my gosh, guys, I just look at the time. I don't know where it all goes, but I am so glad that you're here. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. Tomorrow is Wiccan Wednesday, and we're going to talk about some wonderful, magical Wiccan presents that I got, and we'll talk about some other magical stuff. By the way, if you're interested in all things magical, also pop over to my website. I've got a wonderful book there called Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. It's about my journey as a Wiccan, gives my thoughts. It's got beautiful witchy artworks in it that are a lot of fun. Here's a Wiccan looking at the moon through his telescope with his cat. And we have a lot of fun here. Here's one of my other pictures. I love this one. I did all the drawings in this book. These are my own creation. And this one is called Cliffside Conjuring. And see, here's a little Wiccan guy on a cliff, you know, doing a little spell at the dark moon. Isn't that beautiful? Anyways, definitely check it out. And then, you know, for those of you who've been saying how much you enjoyed the seance, we also have this book, which is, oops, I got a lot of glare here, Messages from Rose. That's also available at my website, as well as some other books that I have. So definitely pop over there, robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link in the info box below. Well, guys, thanks for being here. I love you. I'm sending each of you my blessings, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. My hair's flying everywhere. I got to get it cut. For Wiccan Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to it. And until then, may the light of the glittering star be a blessing to you, and we'll see you back here, and we'll discuss all things magical. And until then, may you always blessed be.